How's it going, guys? Grizzly here. Today we're doing a map review of Attingham Park by GB Modding. Here's one great mapper. He's done maps such as 6 Ashes in the past for Farm Sim 19, which have been absolute hits in regards to maps, and probably one of the best maps out there, and that's across all the maps, not just UK maps, I have to say. This map here that we're going to be looking at today you can find on the Modhub, and I do believe it's come to console as well, so it should have all been released within the last day or two, and you should all be able to download it now. Make sure when you do download it to pop a review on the Modhub or any modding site that you are downloading from if you're on computer, to let them know, to show support to your modders. However, getting into this map here today, so it's actually based on a real life place. This map here, Attingham Park, it is an actual place in the UK. It's actually a 200-acre estate built in the 18th century, and this map here is not all about the park, it's actually about the local area around it. So it's got 3 local farms around it, and we're going to go on a little bit of a tour around it and how it starts. However, for you guys that when you do play it for yourselves, there's actually a bit of a story to play it with. So when you start, you'll start with one grass field and the BGA, and you actually don't own any equipment. All your equipment is leased. So what happens is you're actually an employee of the BGA. That's your job. You're not a farmer. However, you've done a lot of local work, you've helped out local farms, etc. And the whole idea of this map and the gameplay they've designed for the map is that you've got to build yourself up from nothing. So you'll use your grass field and the BGA to make money, do contracts to save up money, and eventually, once you have enough, you can either get a loan, of course, or save up the money, and then you can buy your first farm with a couple fields. There are 3 farms on the map, as we said before. The first one being Multhouse Farm, which covers horses and pigs. You've got Brompton Farm, which is chickens and cows, and then Crossfields Dairy, which is cows and sheep. Another thing we've seen on GB Modding's maps is he normally puts little additional areas in, such as fishing clubs, where you can buy the land and they'll give you an hourly income. He has got that here as well, and it's called the Atcham Fishing Club. So there's a lot to see, and we're going to get right into it. Let's get straight into it, guys. Alrighty everyone, so as you can see here, I've got very much the basic map, that's it. I've got a couple things like running speed mod and just the easy dev tool to fly around, so we can see a little bit better, but except from that, no other mods are required to play this game. And as we look here, we're having a little look around, and we actually start at the hotel, and this is where you sleep. So the way the story works is because you have no land, you have no equipment, you actually sleep at the hotel. This is where you'll sleep. And there is a sleep trigger just here, I believe, for you to go to sleep each night. So there's actually a quite interesting design here that it's a really cool concept that I actually really enjoy. I think it worked out really well, and as you can see there, Attingham Park just up here. So we're just going to have a quick run up here and have a look here. So this map here is all based about the park, and I'm not sure if you can or not see, but you can't actually go into the park. That bit they haven't built. However, there is a field tucked around the side. That's probably the nearest you're going to get to it, unfortunately. But it's still a real nice addition to the map. And as you can see here, it shows the local area. So we're in between Ironbridge, Telford and Shrewsbury area, which for you guys that aren't in the UK, is kind of on the west of England, near Birmingham, almost on the Welsh border. However, what we're going to do is we've got a pickup in the car park of the hotel there, so we're going to just jump straight in and we're going to have a little look around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this up into stages, and you'll see this with the category. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the local town, and then we're going to go to each farm one by one. And then, as always, as we do on the channel, we will have cinematics, so don't you worry guys, you are going to get a good view of everything that we look at. However, before we get started, if you do enjoy this, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel to let me know you guys are really enjoying this. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take a left here first. Now in here is actually a vehicle dealership just around here. So this region here, as you can see just here, is more of a small scale dealership. However, it is a John Deere dealership. They are leading the way by driving green and definitely not red. That's been left in the shed here, unfortunately for you case guys. However, I really don't think it'll be a problem you driving a bit of case around here, or class for any of you bigger UK fans. So in here you've got a very simple dealership, one tractor, and it's actually got a realistic sign here, which I think is actually a really nice touch. You've also got the nice simple desk here, and you may wonder where would the equipment go when you buy it? So we're just going to have a quick look here. Let's get, we don't have any John Deere equipment there, but we'll just go, oh no, we can't afford that. We'll go with this. So this is what happens when you buy them. They don't actually come out here. It's actually across the road. So car, you'll stay there. Obviously, if you do want to play a bit more realistic, you'd park in the car park here. However, the actual equipment spawns out here. So this is kind of more like the service yard of the company. And you've also got a sell point here, which as you can see here, there's a bunch of wool in there, and then you've got urban sheep there. So you can sell your wool there as well, which is quite a nice little feature. It builds it into the local area. You got a gas tank there, and in here is kind of the service sheds as such, where you can come in, edit your equipment and stuff to what you need, or maybe just do a general repair on it. However, this is where the equipment spawns, and then from there you can drive it out there to the main part of the farm, not farm, sorry, town. As you can see, the local area, you've got churches and bits and bobs, which are all nice little features. I think it's always nice to have a town slash village, and luckily on this map we actually have two. So we've really been quite lucky with this map, the way the map's been used, and you can tell every inch of this map has been used. So what we're going to do now is we are going to head down further into the village. So let's take a left out here. As you can see, it's a very UK town, so from what I've looked at, because I had a very brief look, literally about a 2-minute look before hitting record, that there's actually sell points throughout the area. However, they're actually very compact. There are a lot of them in this kind of area, and it's quite compact, so you're not going to be getting big semi trucks down and around here and huge equipment. It's going to be a smaller to medium sized map in regards to equipment. However, you should be okay. I think you'll survive. It's just something to bear in mind. A nice little feature of kind of a cul-de-sac area here. However, that's probably the most in regards to the town. It's very similar to this, and a lot of just housing, just a big housing estate to make the most of the land. However, the time has now come to start looking at some of the farms, and I'm going to show you them exactly here now. So the first one we are at is Multhouse Farm. As we said earlier, this is the horse and pig farm, and you can actually work on buying this land now. So when you purchase this land, the original land you were going to get is Multhouse Farm, which is this region here, field 3 and field 12, and this will cost you £456,870 or dollars, depends on which setup you use. In regards to local fields, you're going to be looking at field 2 at 156, 165 for field 14 and 179. So fields aren't too cheap, but I would say they're fairly realistic in pricing. However, let's have a little look around. So in here is the first part of the horse pen that we've seen. So this is the horse paddock here. You've got your water out there, and then a nice little stable area in here with a bit of a barn that you can store equipment in, and also feed here. So you might want to store bales here, etc. It's a pretty cool little area, I'd say. Now moving on through here, you've got another shed here, which is looking good. You've got a nice little equipment area out here. However, what we're going to do is we're going to carry on coming around the back here to the silo area. So this silo here, it's not too big a silo, however it's probably going to do just right for a UK farm. So you American farmers that like the big American maps, you're not going to be having huge silo systems. This is probably the biggest one out of all of them, I would say, but it's definitely looking like a nice farm. You've got nice little country roads down to the rest of your fields, and that's a pretty cool little feature. I don't see that on all maps, so it's definitely nice to see on this map. As we continue round here, we've just got a bit of normal storage equipment. You can store anything and everything, which I think is a quite cool little feature, and one cool sounding door into one big old school shed. You've got a lot of space here. You could probably store a lot of crops in there if you needed, such as potatoes. Whereas you've got a lot of equipment storage as well, so you might not even need all of it, but at least you have it. It's better to have it than not have it. In here you'd probably be storing a bit of grain in here. This is where you'd probably store something like potatoes maybe. And then coming out here you've got your pigs area. So this is the pig area here. As you can see, you've got little pig beds there, and just a nice little area to make the most of. So it's definitely a cool little add-on, I'd say. And here is where you'd be putting your pigs in and out. However, from what I can see here, except a manure pit here and a possible silage clamp here. Am I right in saying? Nope. So these aren't silage clamps, they're just normal areas where you could probably store bales or whatnot. However, that is going to be everything from what I can see here. I'm just going to double check to make sure that we're not missing anything before I move on to the next farm. Okay, I think that's everything. So what I'm going to do is let's do a little cinematic of the farm and then we can move on to the next one. Alrighty everyone, that's us done at the first farm. So that was the first farm and we're actually going to be heading down to the next one now. And as you can see, traffic is driving on the left hand side, which some may deem is the right side of the road, but I'm not going to get into that one today with you guys. I'll let you guys tell me that in the comments below. And I think if I remember correctly, we might have actually, no, we haven't gone the wrong way just yet. So the next area we're going to be heading to is actually the purchasable fish club, which is just down here. We're just going to head down here, and as you can see, just local things like lorries on the side of the road, the hedge lines. It's very, you know, you're on a UK map when you see this, and it's something that I really enjoy about GB Modern's work. You can always tell it's a British map when you're sat on it, because you just got the feel, and it's just, especially being from the UK, you can see there's changes and you can see the different styles of farming. So we're just coming down now to the purchasable fish club, and I'm just going to have a quick show around there. I won't do a cinematic for it just because it's not very big, and we should be coming up to it here. Here we go. So as you can see here, oh, let's fix that. So you got the Atcham Fishing Club, which when you come down here should have a real nice camping area, which I think looks really cool. So you got a couple camping areas, which if you guys play as a multiplayer, you could probably all start here maybe. And then you've got the nice little lake down here, kind of as you come in, and it's a really nice area actually. You got ducks swimming around, and you've got the nice stream of water coming around. So nice little area if you do want to do something a little bit different than farming. However, we're going to carry on to the second farm, which is also actually the smallest of the three and cheapest of the three. So the next one we're going to be going on to is Brompton Farmhouse is the name of it all. Alright you guys, so we are on our way to the second farm still, and we're actually in the second village, which I think looks really cool. So I thought I would just stop off and show you guys. So quite a few of the sell points are actually in this area, and as you can see, it's not big at all. It is really small. So we're just gonna have a quick stop in at this one here and have a look. So British grain here, which is looking pretty cool, you guys, I gotta say. And as you can see behind the door here is where you'd sell. So it's a real nice touch if you ask me. It's just a nice little, you can tell it's a British kind of map with these small little details, especially the iron fences, which for you guys that don't know are pretty much everywhere in the UK, and these old stone walls in the older towns that you'll see as well. So what we're going to do is generally just more of a housing area up here, so we are going to head back to the road unfortunately and carry on. However, what I'm going to do guys is, especially for all these sell points, I will do a big cinematic at the end, and I'll make sure on each screen of each sell point that we show what they sell. So don't you worry guys, I'm going to show all of that at the end. Alrighty everyone, we are here at the next farm. As you can see here, this is Brompton Farmhouse with a pretty nice little farm area there, which we'll come back to in a minute. And you've got a huge open lot here, which you could do a heck of a lot with. So this farm here, Brompton Farmhouse, does chickens and cows, and we're going to start off by looking at the farmhouse here, which is a nice simple house, nice simple brick house. It's what you'd see in the UK, so that's hit the nail on the head there. What we've got here is we've got like an open chicken area, so feed your chickens over here, and then just they kind of plop around as they wish, I guess. Keeping it all free range is what I'm going to assume. And then in here you've just got a couple barns and a little exit up there past the greenhouses. Just a nice little area, nice little hay barn there. You've got a lot of stuff here, to be honest. It's definitely a nice setup. So they don't open. I thought they might have opened looking at them, but they don't. And then you've got a nice, just another normal storage area throughout here. And I'm going to go to the cows at the end. In here, it's another big storage area. So there's a lot of storage. You're not shy of storage anywhere on this map. The only thing that they don't have on this farm compared to the other farms is some silo space, which I would probably consider purchasing. You do have some areas where you can actually put grain, but you are going to be limited to an extent on where you can put that. So it might be worth considering that if you are going to come and play on this farm. However, up in the air you can see here is the cattle area. You've got the water up the top and then a feed area down there. Nice little farm, and you can see the area. There's the BGA over there, so we will be heading to that next. However, it's a pretty cool little area if you ask me. So that's everything for this farm. I'm going to do a cinematic now of this farm, and then we will be heading on to the BGA. I'll catch you all in a second. Alright everyone, we're now leaving Brompton Farm here and we're going to head down to the BGA. So for the BGA there are 2 points of access which I'm going to show you. So the first one is directly next to Brompton Farm here, and it's basically a long country lane all the way down. So it's at the edge of field 38 and the farm, so kind of between 38, 37 and 35, and this road runs along field 35, which is just to our left here. And it's a nice little country road all the way down. As you can see, there's a bit of a broken wall here along with the grass field, and it's a nice little feature actually. It's nice to see that not everything's immaculate. There are some bits that need work. However, coming to the BGA here, which is one of your starting bits of land, so as you can see you start with the BGA and field 35, which is the one we just drove past, and this is your BGA. So all the equipment you see here is what you get when you start. It is all leased, remember, so you will be charged on it frequently. So it's always one that you want to try and get your own equipment as soon as you can, especially maybe even just a tractor to get started with, to save 2 of those vehicles being used. However, you do have access to a silage clamp here to let's go back around here. You do have access to your sell point just here as well, which we're going to have a quick look at. So you can sell all your silage in there as well. There is a lot you can do here, and I think it's actually going to turn out really well. And a nice little fuel pump there. However, that's a pretty cool little feature there, I think. And you've got a buy point just here, which I'm kind of curious to see what that exactly is. So you've got the biogas plant here and a lime station at the back there. So this one isn't a buy point, but you could probably make it a buy point for slurry maybe, or something like that. However, that is everything for the BGA, and we're going to move on. We're going to carry on. I'm going to take you up through the other exit now, and you can just have a little look at it as I head towards the next farm. So the next farm is Crossfields Dairy, which is cows and sheep, and it looks like it's one of the biggest farms, I would say, if anything. But you do have a nice river stream along the edge of this road, which is actually quite a nice little feature there. And looking at it here, you've got a grass field tucked around the corner there. However, this seems to go right through someone's field, so maybe this isn't a proper entrance or exit here. We're going to have a little look at that one. However, you've got 2 grass fields, field 25 and 26 either side of you here. which is actually a really nice little feature. So I'm assuming that the first entrance we came in is the official entrance and exit as such. And up here seems to just be, yeah, I would say this is probably just an entrance kind of around the farm. It seems more of a farm entrance rather than a commercial entrance. So I maybe wouldn't go down up here if you don't own the land, but you should be okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to head to the very front of the farm and then I'll come back to it. So I'll come back to the sheep area down there and we'll give you guys a full little tour of the area. So let's get this all set up. And I'm just going to head up here and turn around and we can get our first reaction of the farm itself. So let's just, alrighty, so we're just coming into the farm now and that is one big farmhouse there. Looks like a manor house of some sort, and then here is the sign. So you've got Crossfields Dairy there, and as you continue to come down you enter into the farm area. So we're going to head this way. Obviously you've got your cattle there which we'll come to in a minute, and I'm just going to park up here. As you can see, you've got kind of more the living area here. Seems like a garage and whatnot for the house. However, carrying on down here, you've got a bunch of sheds here with actual doors on it. So I'd assume these are your tractor sheds. And then you've got all your equipment storage around the sides here. Got a little bit of rack in there, which might be quite handy with seed or whatnot. So definitely would be checking that one out. And then in here, you've got a nice little repair bay. And then you've got a total of 5 bays. And then the one repair bay, making it a 6 altogether. However, it's a nice little feature that I do like that idea, and we can't go back that way, so we're going to have to run around here. So coming on through here, we don't have anything in here. I would assume maybe this is for a combine or a semi truck maybe, but you've got your bigger equipment storage back here, maybe for a combine or whatnot. And then back here you've got one big silage clamp here, which is going to get the job done easily. And I'm assuming this would be a manure pit here, I'm not too sure. And then you've got your milking parlour, or milk tank at least there, tucked out the way. Last bit here is obviously your silo here to store all your grain, your fuel tank, and I'd assume this is kind of just a little turning around area as a whole for the farm. However, what we've got now is we are now in the cattle area. We've got the watering area here, and then we've got the big pen here for the actual animals for bedding, etc. You've got food that seems to come along here, so that'll come along this little trough or big trough there. And then in regards to walking area, they've got this whole area up here. It is a lot of space. There's definitely a lot of space here for the cattle. I'm assuming there's going to be a pretty big cattle group here looking at the size of this. And then the last bit which we are down here for is the sheep. So the sheep here, this door does open and close, so you've got even more storage in here. Might be great for some combine storage along the lines of that. And a little bit more tucked around the sides here, maybe even just a bit of bale storage or grass maybe for the winter periods. And then another shed in here with the hay barns over there. In regards to the sheep pen though, you do have a very simple sheep pen, so you've got your food trough there and your water trough here. And then in regards to walking space, they've got a pretty big size as well. This is definitely the biggest farm out of the 3, and as you can see here, let's have a little scroll out. You've got this part of land here, you've got field 25, 26, which are the 2 grass fields, and field 27 with the farm yard as well for £459,460. I'm not sure if we've done Brompton Farm, so I'm going to run through it again anyway. However, that was 213,200, and that only included field 34 with it, so definitely a bit smaller space and cheaper land. However, you've got a lot more of the fields around you which look quite nice to actually farm, so you've got a lot to consider. The only thing is for the outside barrier, it is very, very expensive, so I don't think anyone is going to be buying that anytime soon, but it'd be interesting to see if people do buy it or not. However guys, that is the tour of the farms. I hope you have enjoyed them. Just so you guys are aware as well, this map comes with individual lighting and individual grass textures. It also has its own geo with the map, so if you do want to run seasons, you don't need a seasons geo to run with it. This has it all built into the map, so all you would require is seasons itself. And in addition to that, you've got additional crops on the map, which we're going to have a quick look at here. So as you can see, you've got carrots, onion, and that is all of them. So you just got carrot and onion, which are additional ones here. And if we have a little look here, is there something that can do those crops? Let's have a quick look here. So you do have the Panther 2 here, which can do carrot and onion just there. So following on from that, precision farming is available for this map, and it's got its own custom soil map, so you've got that one there. You do also have field and transport missions here on this map, so you've got a lot to do with it. In addition to that, you do have a total of 47 fields and 13 sale points. That does include the BGA, so 12 if you're not including the BGA. And you do also have gate triggers, which for the double gates is actually on the latch, so you've actually got to go up to the gate where the lock is on a double gate. Let's see if we can quickly find one. I think we had one up here, so it's something a little bit different here. So when you open it like that, on a normal farm sim map, we're going to come through this way. So on a normal farm sim map, you would be able to shut it from here, where instead on this map you've actually got to go to the lock and you can close it there. So just so you're aware on that as well. We do also have diesel trailers and refillable pallets as part of this, and they've also removed sugarcane and cotton if you do use seasons, just to keep it a bit more realistic for you guys. So just one to keep in mind there as well. However guys, that's going to be everything for our farm review here. I'm going to finish this off with a nice cinematic of the sell points and what they sell, and also the animal dealer, just because I know we haven't covered that yet so far. And then I will see you all in the next one. If you guys want to see a series on this map, make sure you let me know, because it's definitely very tempting and I think it might be good fun. So let me know what you guys think, and make sure you follow the channel, and make sure you drop that subscribe button again. Just make sure that you do that for us, because it lets me know you guys are enjoying these map reviews as well. However, that's going to be all from me. I'm Grizzly, and I hope you all have a good day. Catch you soon guys.
I was a bouncing and a laughing as we rode down an old dirt road.